Good morning guys and welcome to another, I guess, part of Vlogmas. I don't even know what part we're on now. Is this part 7? But today is it's Sunday the 15th of December and I'm honestly hungover today. So that's why we are in this state. If you caught the last one, I'm trying to hide a spot. That's why my hair looks like this. But yeah, we had like a family friend's birthday last night and it was a pretty late one, and I probably wouldn't have bothered vlogging today, but it's time to open the next in my advent calendar, and also my polymer clay stuff come, and also it's actual sunlight. So fortunately, what we'll just keep it real. I don't think people are going to care that much that I look like this. But anyway, if you didn't know, I bought the Onling advent calendar. Hang on, I feel like this is wonky. Okay, I hope that's better, even though it's shaking now. Yeah, I bought the Onling advent calendar. There's 4 projects. Every Sunday before Christmas you get to open, and I know what colour the yarn is, but I don't know what the patterns are. So the first one was a sock and the second one was mittens, and this one I think is a hat, but I'm not sure. So I went a bit boring and got black for most of these projects, so there's not really much excitement in the colour department, but I've actually never knit in black before, so I thought this was a good time to try it out. So this week's yarn is the 100% fine organic merino wool and also the silk mohair. So these are just, yeah, the two together. And the last week was also a merino, but it was a thicker one. This one's a fingering, and I think that last week was a DK, and that was for the mittens. But I haven't really tried that many different mohairs. I've only really used drops and also the Friends from Hobby. So I will be interested to see how I like this one in comparison, because I do like a mohair, but I don't always want to use one, if that makes sense. Like, I think that it has its time to shine, and I don't really find mohair unbearably itchy like I know some people do. But yeah, I still just don't use it in anything. And oh look, it even says only cruelty-free mohair. Oh yeah, if you missed the last video, here are my Christmas nails. I'm literally obsessed with them. I did them yesterday. You can watch the other video if you're interested in that. But yeah, okay, so these are the yarns. The merino feels nice. I said this last week as well. The merino feels like, don't know how to describe it, like quite substantial, even though this is only a fingering. But I also didn't know until I got the advent calendar, you also get like another thing. So what is this? Okay, so this week you get loose leaf tea, which is quite cool. So the first one with the socks was sock blockers, and last week's was like a hand cream, which I actually could probably do with putting some on because my hands are so dry. But I would definitely have to try this. I don't think I have a little thing to put it in, but I literally can't smell that through the plastic. I don't know. But yeah, that's quite cool. So I guess we'll look at what the pattern is. As per usual, we're just going to hold up my laptop. So this is the hat pattern, and I actually quite like the look of this. I probably will knit this pattern. I wasn't sure if I was going to follow the mittens. I probably will follow the sock, but I actually quite like the look of this hat, and I have never done brioche before, so I feel like this will probably be a nice little introduction, not too much of a commitment, because I know brioche is like just generally a bit of a pain in the ass. God, my hair actually looks atrocious. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so I probably would actually make that one. I think as well they're all designed by, like, they sort of commissioned like 4 different designers, which is quite nice. Their situation is just not going to work out, so I'm just going to sit like this and say I am going to edit the last video, and then I'll check back in with you when I get like the clay stuff out and show you what I got. Oh my god, I'm not even gonna lie to you, this is so much harder than it looks. This clay is, yeah, I have sculpted this really sad looking little birthday cake because I didn't know what to make, and it's actually my birthday in early January, so my thought was like, oh, I could make myself a little birthday cake to have on a keyring for when I actually turn 24. But this is diabolical. I feel like I'm just gonna bake it anyway and glaze it just as like a trial, because I feel like if I don't see it all the way through then I won't know. I'm hoping that, like, sometimes with nails, if like the nails look crappy, once you top coat them they look better, so I'm kind of hoping that maybe once I resin this she might look a bit better. But as of right now she's kind of sad. But this is obviously my first time ever using polymer clay, so I'm trying to give myself some grace. But yeah, oh my god, this is so annoying, and I feel like this stuff is like relatively tacky. I can see why people prefer their clay to be harder, but I'm gonna bake this and then yeah. Okay, so I wasn't sure whether I was going to show these or not. I did actually give up on the polymer clay earlier. This is the charm. Oh, I'm not even in shot. This is the charm bake. So it still needs to be glazed, but it's kind of whatever. I think I need to designate a longer period of time in which I'm not hungover to be fiddling around with that. So yeah, that's how that came out. I feel like the resin should hopefully like smooth it over a bit, but anyway, so you've probably seen everywhere there's like, I don't know if to call it a trend, but essentially this thing going around with these like what I would call like tacky keychains, but I mean that in like the best way possible. Like I love this kind of thing. Like obviously my nails are completely tacky, but I had this idea that I would make them, but they have detachable stitch markers. So the plan for this is to put them in the shop. So I thought I could show you the two that I have just been making up. So we've got a couple of different like clasps. I do have some just like plain ones, obviously the stars, the hearts, and then also some like, you know, like these little I don't even know how to describe what these are, but I'm sure you know what I mean. They kind of slot into like the edge of your phone case. But yes, there's a couple different types there, but these are the two that I've just been designing. So essentially, say like this one, right, it's got all these charms, and then these are also going to be new in the shop, these balloon dog stitch markers. But because they've got all these lobster claw clips, you can just take, if I can get a good grip on it, you can just take the stitch marker off and then use it on the go, and then when you're done you just put it back on, and then this is clipped like to your bag or to your purse or like your keys, whatever, and then you're never gonna be caught out without stitch markers. And then the other one, which would be the other option, so yeah, this is kind of what they look like when they're just like hanging. But yeah, these ones are like the opposite. So these have the rings attached to the key ring, and then these are the type of stitch markers that you can just clip onto your work, and then, you know, it's the same idea. You can just put that back on. And so obviously you could like use whatever stitch markers you already own, but yeah, I feel like I've been so excited about these, and I really want to make up a load to put on the shop. But the thing that I'm not sure on is, do I sell them with the stitch markers attached, or do I sell them without stitch markers, and then you can just buy or like use whatever stitch markers you want, like whether they're from me or not. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like they're so cute and ridiculous, and I just find that they're like really satisfying. And yeah, they've got all these cute like charms and stuff. So that's what I've been doing. But it's like, I don't know, 8:15, and I need to start a whip to take something with me to work tomorrow. So I think I'm going to stop and start doing that, but I just thought I would show you these because they're absolutely ridiculous and I am actually obsessed with them. Morning guys, it's Monday morning, which means I have got to go to work. This is my last week of work before I break up for Christmas, which is so exciting. I woke up super early today, like just naturally. I think because I went to bed at like 9 o'clock, I was like not doing good yesterday afternoon. So yeah, woke up super early. So it's like about 6:30 now. I'm normally like getting up around this time. But yeah, I just thought I'd quickly show you these. So I know I did show them yesterday, but this is like what they look like in comparison to like a person, I guess. So yeah, and then I also, because I was just up so early this morning, just made another one. So this is with the like large stitch markers. Oh god, there's like fluff on my nail. But yeah, this is like the idea. So I'm hoping to be able to make up some more of these, but I'm gonna take them with me in the hopes that if I get some sunlight through the shop window, I can actually get some like nice photos. But yeah, this is what these look like. I also, because I haven't currently got a whip, have got 2 different things that I'm taking to work with me, because the thing is I only have four work days left of work, and then my pattern test, everything came back yesterday and this morning, like feedback wise. So I only really want to start a little project, and then because in the evenings I'm hoping to be getting that up and finalized and everything. So I'm going to take this sock yarn because I want to make another pair of socks from the Summerly sock project book. And I think what I'm going to do is do one of the ribbed socks with the same heel construction the last ones were, instead of learning another new heel construction. But the other thing that I'm taking is this. So I have 3 of these. These are 150 meters each. I've been wanting for ages to make myself some like fingerless gloves, or like even maybe some mittens, or the ones that like kind of fold down and back up. So I'm going to take this. I'm probably leaning towards this, but it depends how my brain is feeling around lunchtime, because obviously where I'm up so early, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to crash later. So yeah, I'm going to take these and then just hope for the best. What I actually also came on here to show you was that this is the jumper that I'm wearing today. I haven't worn this yet to work this month. So yeah, and then obviously goes with the Christmas nails. So yeah, I need to go and like make my lunch and stuff, and then I'll talk to you this evening. And yeah, hopefully I wasn't looking too rough yesterday. I'm also excited to give the like polymer clay another go. I don't think it will be today, but yeah, this is the size of this charm as well. I do need to glaze this, but I'll probably wait until I've baked some more and then glaze them all in one go. So yeah, I'll speak to you later. Low-key, I have actually made a lot of progress today. So yeah, it's Monday evening. Let me just try and untangle this yarn. So I did think I was gonna, but I did actually, yeah, I went for knitting on the glove today. And this is my own first self-draft glove mitten situation thing. And this is how far I got. So I am actually gonna rip back to like the start. Oh god, sorry, I don't think you can really see. To the start of where these decreases are, and I just want to do like an extra couple of rows and then do the decreases, only because so like it fits my hand right, but the only thing is just like this bit, because yeah, I mean, you can see it's my nails are the problem. So yeah, I'm gonna rip that back. It's not like it's gonna take me very long anyway, and then re-knit the top, and then re-knit, well, I need to also knit the thumb. This yellow shred is, I literally can't talk today. This yellow thread is holding the thumb stitches, so I need to pick these back up, pick up here, knitting woods, but yeah, you can kind of see, so like this is meant to sit like lower, so this is half of this, but yeah, that's what it looks like. Obviously the back is just all stocking out, and then it's one of these gloves that you can like so I need to put on a button, and yeah, I feel like these look really nice. I actually really love the way that this yarn knits up. I had no idea how it was going to look. I thought it was going to be, let me hold up the ball. I don't know why I thought it was going to be heavier leaning white, but actually when it's knitted up it's heavier leaning grey. But this is still the first 50-gram ball of this yarn. I can't believe how far this went. I really genuinely thought I was going to use all three. What I was hoping was if I did like one for the glove, one for the other glove, and then split the third one across these two parts. But yeah, I've literally got this all out of one ball. I don't know exactly how much either way is. I'm assuming this is going to be a bit more than half, because surely this can't be less than 25 grams is what I'm thinking. So I think I will definitely need to crack into a second ball. But yeah, like I said, I have three, so I want to figure out something that I can make with the last one. But yeah, I am just gonna rip this back and knit her a little bit longer. And then tonight I also need to basically go through all of my feedback forms for the, what's it called, the pattern test that has just ended for me. So that is the crochet granny square cardigan. So hopefully I can get that all edited and done by the end of the week, go through all of the tester photos, and yeah, I'll obviously like let you know as that all happens. But plan for this evening is just this glove and then my pattern, and I need to clean up a little bit from yesterday, and then yeah, I will talk to you tomorrow. I don't know what I'm gonna wear yet, so we'll be in for a little surprise for the both of us. I don't even know how I've managed this shirt. So it's still Monday night, and I actually, let me show you the glove. So I ripped back on my glove and I have basically re-knit it to the end and kitchen stitched up the top, and all I've got left to do is just the thumb. But yes, this is just what it looks like. It's like pretty, I would say, basic. Like it's a pretty generic kind of fold over mitt, and I don't even know what these are called. I was trying to search on Pinterest earlier for some like inspo, but I don't think I was searching the right term because these things were not coming up. But this is just what it looks like. She fits my hand perfectly, obviously because it's designed for me. But yeah, I hope that like when I block this, I will just try and get everything to just be a bit more uniform, I guess. And yeah, you can kind of see like here where it like bulges at the edges, but I'm hoping that yeah, it kind of all flattens out once it's been blocked. And like especially kind of around the cuff, I'd like it to just look a little bit more flushed. And I don't know yet for the thumb whether I'm gonna like knit it just in stockinette or whether I want to do it in rib. But yeah, this is how this is looking. And I think I'm also gonna knit myself a pair of just full mittens, like not these fold back ones, just so that I have some variety, because I've also got some other yarn, like small quantities of yarn, that I think that could look quite cute in. But yeah, I really like the way that this yarn looks all knitted up, and I will definitely get use out of these. It's meant to be getting quite cold again, like as of next week, which is Christmas week. So yeah, this is number one. Number two is that I just casted on for another new whip, which is going to be like a v-neck cardigan, and I literally only had done this much, right? And I was like, this just, you literally can't see this at all, so that's absolutely brilliant. also got this top on Vinted. Okay, there's literally no point in me putting that on because this is just absolute shambles. So I have literally just started on this, and it's basically going to be a v-neck raglan cardigan with stripes. I've got these like really bright green stripes. This is not coming up true to colour at all, but I was like, this is really tight. Like, this gauge is like really far off. Like, I'm not normally this far off with my stitch counts and like measurements. Yeah, it's because I've literally been knitting with the wrong needle size. So Drops Air, this is Drops Air, by the way, is meant to be knit on a 5mm, and for some reason I've just casted on in a 4. I think because I had the 4s and the 5s out because I was using the 4s for my boyfriend's jumper, and I think they must have just been together and I must have just picked up the 4s. So I'm going basically just unraveling this. Luckily I was only like 8 rows in, but yeah, I am going to get ready for bed now because it's like 10 o'clock and I'm a grandma. And then yeah, probably will maybe recast this back on tomorrow. Not too sure because I would just knit the other one of these gloves right, but then I'm debating like doing a kind of video tutorial thing, and therefore I can't knit the other one until like I can sit and film it, which I cannot do while I'm at work on my lunch break. So yeah, but this is where it is, and like this line is meant to sit like midway through this rib. It's not meant to be like here, so that is why that is kind of sat there. But I think this is a pretty decent first attempt, having never designed gloves or mittens before. Like, the fit's all right. And then what I did as well is because these are knit like in the round, when I got to the top I knit an extra row, or like I guess an extra half row, so that this like back of hand side is essentially 1 row longer, which is not a lot, but just to kind of help it like when it curves, because after I did it I was sort of thinking like, should I have done short rows? But I think ultimately it's fine. It just gives it that little bit extra like over the top, and it's literally only because of my nails. Like, they make my fingers so much longer. That's why I had to rip back, because I originally knit to like essentially the top of my pinky finger and then started doing decreases, but because my nail adds like a good almost centimetre in length, that's why I ripped back. And I also, the decrease rate I did, how do I say this, like less frequently, so there's more of a gradual decrease, and then it's more like rapid at the top, which I think gives it a bit more of like a natural fit. And I kind of like that I have like an ever so slight like wiggle room. It's not like super tight, so I do just personally prefer that. But yeah, like I said, I do want to knit another pair of mittens, which are just mittens. They don't pull back, but maybe with some like nice cable details or something. I'm thinking of maybe repeating the motif like of my grey cabled cardigan, which I'm debating like wearing tomorrow, which again, that's a whole nother series of patterns that I need to figure out how to grade. It's all gonna, I think they're all gonna be called like the Cabled Delight patterns, but I'm not sure yet. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I did want to work on my pattern test tonight, but I think that because of the time difference in like time zones between me and some of my testers, some of them just hadn't quite gotten the, oh god, this is the only thing with Drops Air, right, is like unraveling, or also doing Italian cast off is just like pain. But yeah, no, because of the time difference, not everyone's got their stuff in. I think just over half I've got responses for, so I'm hoping that if I leave it until tomorrow, then we will get some more in. But yeah, I will actually check it back in with you tomorrow. Now I'm going to bed. So good morning, it's Tuesday. That was my advent calendar. This is the knit I am wearing today. I haven't really had much wear out of this yet, but obviously I only made it like last month I'm gonna open my advent calendar and go to work as per usual. So I'm not even gonna lie, today has been a long day and I currently have hiccups, so I'm hoping I can get all of this out really quick and then stop speaking. Okay, that was hiccup number one. So I didn't actually work anymore on my mitten today. I actually casted on another new project. So this was the one that I said I was starting last night in the Drops Air. These are just the two colours together. It's the start of a V-neck. I casted on in the right needle size this time. Not that you can actually really see anything that I'm doing because my hair is in the way. I was gonna say I hope that this works out, but like I feel like that's sort of, don't really need to say that. Like I feel like that kind of speaks for itself. Of course you want things to work out, but I re-knit it in the 5s and also added some short row shaping, which I'm not really sure if it's going to have the desired effect, but I hope so. And also I'm a little bit concerned that, oh my god, these hiccups are horrendous. I'm a little bit concerned that the neck is too small, but I think it should be fine because it's a V-neck and therefore it's going to be like open anyway. But yeah, I really don't think you can see much of this at all, but it's clearly going to be striped and then yeah, going to go back to the blue after the green. And yeah, this is what I'm going to be working on this evening. I need to check to see if I have more of my tester forms back and then yeah, go from there really. But I am gonna go because I can't stop hiccuping and yeah, just been a long day today. It's just been a long ass day. Okay, so it is actually the same evening, but I did not realise again how much footage I had for this video. Sometimes I just like put all of the clips into CapCut and I'm just like, oh my god, I didn't realise I actually had yapped on for that long. I thought we could just end out this video with like just a really quick little knit and chat. So I was trying to update you on this earlier, but I did have horrible hiccups and I'm definitely looking quite rough right now, but this is, yeah, the thing that I'm working on. I feel like I've had the idea for this piece for kind of a while now, not like ages and ages, but I think I bought this yarn, I think I ordered it while I was in Denmark back in the end of August, because I was at that point knitting on my pink jumper that is in the Drops there as well, and I was just really enjoying working with the yarn so much that I was like, oh, I just want to order more. So yeah, I think Drops were having one of their sales because they seem to have them like every couple of months, but it's just hit and miss if like the yarn you want like goes into the sale. It's normally like 30% off. So yeah, I ordered this and it's kind of been like, I don't know, taking up space in my brain a little bit because I keep thinking about making it. But well, I obviously had other commitments. There is still one project that I have to finish very soon, but it's the one that I'm doing for hobby because I'm filming some like user generated content for them, which it needs to be a part of. But the only reason that I'm doing this instead of that is because I only need to do the border and finish it off and block it, but I can't block it until my boyfriend's jumper's done blocking anyway. And the other issue is because I need to pick up so many stitches and it's all on 3mm needles, I don't really want to do it at work, like on my lunch breaks or like even just on the go. I want to just be able to sit down and like commit to finishing it, because I think there's just going to be so much going on and I haven't quite decided yet how I'm going to do the border. So yeah, obviously yesterday I casted on the mitten and didn't really expect to get this far. The only reason I did get this far is basically because the sewing machine broke at work and we had someone come out and fix it today, but it meant that for the majority of the afternoon yesterday I was pretty much out of action. I wouldn't normally be able to like knit this much on work days, but because for so long I've been working on like either specific whips for content which feel like not forced, but they are, I don't know, like they do have to take precedent even when you're not really feeling it because they need to be done. And then the same like with doing so many gift knits and that sort of thing. Okay, the lighting probably just got a little bit worse. I can't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, so because I've been doing so many like gift knits and then like whips for that and just, yeah, like different things, I feel like, well, I haven't finished anything for myself, I want to say since November or even October. So it feels really refreshing to actually just be able to cast on a piece for myself, and it's also like just in stockinette. Obviously this is a cardigan, so I'm knitting back and forth, but just, yeah, something that doesn't have any like pressures attached to it or deadlines. And like if I mess this up and decide that I want a frog, then it doesn't feel like, oh my god, like I need to figure out how to fix it or whatever. That was another reason why I hadn't casted this on yet. So I feel like my default is like knitting raglans because I do just like to knit top down, but I basically, like, from next year I want to try and like really explore a lot of other different types of shoulder constructions. Don't get me wrong, like I have done a couple, but I do feel like my default is raglans, and I was thinking like, oh, I shouldn't really cast on like another raglan. But the thing is with this is that because it's basically where it's striped and the way that I want the stripes to sit, I just felt like a raglan would be best to getting them kind of coming like around me essentially. But obviously I don't think I've ever knit a v-neck before, in all honesty, let alone a v-neck raglan. So like if you're new to the channel, you might not know I don't like follow other people's patterns really. There are some that I would like to, so I might next year, but for literally the majority, like basically unless stated otherwise, all the pieces that you see that I knit are completely self-drafted. So if I want to attempt something new, it's not just a case of like, oh, okay, like I'll just buy a pattern. It's kind of actually figuring out different construction techniques. And I don't know, I feel like sometimes you might think things are simpler than they are. I don't know, I feel like I tend to like overcomplicate things at times. So I was just trying to figure out all the maths for like v-neck and just, yeah, just the raglan kind of generally, and how to properly shape everything coming down into the V, and it was just kind of putting me off. But yeah, last night I just sat down and did the maths and just thought, do you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. This is probably something I'll talk about in like a resolutions or like goals video, but next year I just really want to be focusing on like making stuff that is really as close to perfect as possible. So I've got a couple of pieces that I made this year and in previous years that I basically want to either God, I felt like I had like alpaca fibers up my nose. But no, there's some pieces that I want to like alter, I guess. So I've got like some sleeves that I want to make longer, or like alter the shape, or just different things. And I just don't want to have a collection of knits that I am either not wearing or don't love, because they just need some like minor tweaks and just some like frogging. And yeah, I just want things that I'm gonna be really proud of, really happy wearing. And I just think as well, like this is what changed my like perception on it. So I was thinking like back on the year, I was like looking through my knitwear and thinking about what I wanted to make next year. And I was thinking about how at one point this year I was probably making like 2 or 3 pieces a month, I would say, like pretty solidly. And like obviously I love knitting. Like knitting for me is a hobby, and the clothes that you get out of it are like a bonus, I guess. Like I love the actual process of knitting and designing, and like, yeah, just the actual act of doing. But then I was thinking, if I made, let's just say for argument's sake, 2 pieces a month every month in 2025, I don't actually need another 24 jumpers. Like that just kind of seemed a bit ridiculous to me. And I was just looking back on the things that I had already made, and it's like, I don't wear this because of this minor little thing I don't like, or like, I don't know. And just in terms of like yarn consumption as well, like I've got pieces that I really love the yarn, or like want to wear the yarn but don't like the piece, or like, I don't know, like vice versa. And I just think like it's so ridiculous that I have all this stuff sat around, and then I'm gonna make another 24 jumpers, and are they gonna have the same issue as well? Like, I don't know, that I just started like deep in it one day out of nowhere. So yeah, I'm really trying to be intentional, and that's kind of what spurred me on to de-stash again, because in my mind I was like, if this has been sat here for like, I graduated from uni like a year and a half ago, right? So let's say like a year and a half, and there were circumstances which meant I couldn't use it, but I just think like, if things are sat around for that long and you're not using it, like, do you really need it? Like, I have so many more yarns, fibres, etc. that I'm more excited to use. So yeah, all of that is a bit rambly, but all to say that I am enjoying casting on these new projects. I'm enjoying getting towards the end of the year and reflecting on this year. And yeah, I will probably end the video here because I feel like this is getting long again. I feel like I just talk and talk about literally nothing. So if you made it to the end, as always, thank you so much. I will list down below, I will put links to the Instagram and the website. So yeah, my online shop, you can shop my old stash cones, and also like a load of handmade I guess like knit and crochet related accessories if you're interested. And yeah, I will, I guess, catch you in the next one. Bye.